A few hours ago, Big Hit Music shared a very important official statement. It announced that TAEHYUNG and JUNGKOOK's discharge from mandatory military service in South Korea is drawing ever closer. In TAEHYUNG's case, there are only 2 days left until the formal end of his military service, and JUNGKOOK is also in the final stages of his service. The statement details that no public or special events will be held for their discharge day, as the ceremony is a procedure reserved exclusively for military personnel. Furthermore, it clarifies that spaces near the bases are very limited and not designed to accommodate large groups of people. Therefore, fans are asked to avoid visiting those locations to protect everyone's safety, including that of the artists, military personnel, and fans who may be in attendance. The company also emphasizes that by showing respect and understanding from home, we are doing something very important, taking care of TAEHYUNG and JUNGKOOK. Allowing them to experience this final phase of their careers peacefully, without interruptions or external pressure, is a valuable way to support them. Many people have recalled the special connection that has always existed between TAEHYUNG and JUNGKOOK. Although they both decided to enlist in the military almost at the same time, they did so independently and in different units. Still, the mutual respect, admiration, and closeness they share has been evident over the years. From their early days as trainees at the company to their evolution as international artists, their relationship has grown with maturity and authenticity. What makes their bond so special is that it's not only based on the artistic, but also on the personal. They've shared stages, trips, interviews, concerts, and off-camera moments where a unique and silent complicity is evident. Even in their public messages, when they mention or support each other, they do so with subtle but meaningful gestures. This has generated great interest among those who follow them, not only because of what they represent as members of BTS, but because of the genuine connection they share. As TAEHYUNG prepares to return to civilian life in just a few hours, and JUNGKOOK also moves toward that same point, many people feel that something special is about to return. It's not just about seeing them again on stage or on social media, but about watching them resume their journey together, with new lessons learned and new stories to share. Supporting from home, respecting the processes, and remaining calm is the best way to be close to them right now. Displays of affection don't always need to be in person, they can also be accompanied by silence, understanding, and waiting. And when the time comes for both to be free of their military obligations again, the public will be able to see again that connection that defines them so much. Many believe that as time goes on, the relationship between TAEHYUNG and JUNGKOOK will continue to grow, strengthen, and leave a deep mark on those who watch. Recently, TAEHYUNG shared a new image on his Instagram stories that quickly caught everyone's attention. In the photo, he appears wearing a cashmere hat, a Celine jacket, and J.W. Anderson pants, pieces that aren't just clothing, but part of a larger conversation about style, identity, and personal expression. J.W. Anderson, the designer of these pants, is a very important figure in today's fashion. Recognized for his creativity and for breaking traditional boundaries, Anderson has worked to show that clothing can be worn by anyone, regardless of whether it's men's or women's. For years, he has created collections that celebrate diversity, freedom of style, and art in all its forms. He also collaborates with artists from different countries, such as designer Paul Anglada, creating pieces that go beyond fashion and become visual statements. TAEHYUNG has demonstrated a special taste for this type of clothing. He not only chooses what's fashionable, but also what represents something more. He's known for wearing clothes from brands created by designers who are part of the LGBTQ+ community, such as J.W. Anderson and Palomo Spain, and he does so with complete ease. His style sends a subtle but powerful message: fashion is a way to express who you are without having to speak. It's not just about looking good, but also about reflecting thoughts, emotions, and personal freedom. And he's not the only one in BTS who has embraced this vision. Jungkook has also shown a special connection with fashion. Both have been seen wearing clothes from similar designers or even sharing pieces that reflect a style that goes beyond the traditional. What's interesting isn't just their choice of clothing, but how they use it to express their personality and their closeness to each other. This is no coincidence. For years, Taehyung and Jungkook have shared not only stages but also moments in which clothing seems to be part of a silent language between them. There are photographs of both wearing similar garments, such as Celine jackets, dark hats, or even accessories that reflect a connection that goes beyond simple taste. Every piece of clothing she chooses seems carefully thought out to communicate something without words. And while she's never made a direct statement, what she wears speaks for itself. Seeing them together, it's not just two artists who match well on stage. Their connection is also evident in the way they work together visually. At times, it's Taehyung who makes bold statements with his bold choices. At others, it's Jungkook who incorporates unexpected elements into his looks. This mutually inspiring relationship has also become a form of artistic expression. On the other hand, several Korean media outlets confirmed that Taehyung's fans showed their support with large-scale announcements to celebrate the completion of his military service. This display of affection comes as no surprise. Taehyung is a highly regarded figure both in Korea and around the world. His charisma, talent, and way of connecting with people have made him a very special person to the public. But he's not alone in that affection. Jungkook also has immense support from fans of all ages. Both artists have left a deep mark on those who have followed them for years. Taehyung and Jungkook have always shared a very close relationship. Since their beginnings in BTS, their connection has been evident. It's not just about them working together or singing on the same stage, there's a love between them that has been noticeable at different times, both on and off camera. Over time, they have displayed a unique way of communicating with each other, sometimes without saying a single word. Their looks, gestures, and ways of interacting have raised many questions, but also much admiration. This time apart due to military service has been difficult for many fans who were used to seeing them together. However, it has also been an opportunity to appreciate their bond even more. As their return to active service approaches, many eagerly await the return of those small signs that have always characterized them: a touch on the arm, a shared smile, a glance that lasts a few seconds longer than usual. These are details that, although seemingly small, have great meaning. For those who have followed their story from the beginning, it's not about creating fantasies or exaggerating situations. It's simply about recognizing what is seen, a relationship built on respect, trust, and affection. They don't need to say it with words, their way of being together speaks volumes. Whether in interviews, presentations, or casual moments, Taehyung and Jungkook have displayed a closeness not always found in the entertainment world. And while some may think it's just an act or a planned script, the truth is that some things can't be faked. True gestures of affection don't need an explanation. When you carefully observe how they treat each other, how they seek each other out even in the midst of a stage full of lights and cameras, it's easy to understand that there's something genuine in their way of relating. And now, in this new phase they're about to begin, their bond is likely to grow even stronger. Many fans hope they'll soon be able to share the stage again, or that they'll be seen together in some special project. Because seeing Taehyung and Jungkook together isn't just exciting for what they represent as artists, but also for what they convey as people. There's something very genuine in the way they accompany each other, in how they understand each other with a simple glance, and in how they reveal themselves when they're around each other. For years, Taehyung and Jungkook have demonstrated a unique relationship. They don't need to say much or make grand gestures for those watching to notice that there's something special between them. Just look at the way they look at each other, the way they support each other, and the way they care for each other in important moments and even in the simplest ones. What exists between them isn't something that depends on words. Sometimes, the truest relationships don't need to be explained, because they're felt. And that's exactly what happens with TAEHYUNG and JUNGKOOK. Even though they're part of a group where everyone loves each other like brothers, their bond has a very particular way of manifesting itself, more silently, but also stronger.